this is a weekly reading for Scorpio. Your color of the week is going to be beta fish. Beta fish are those little fighting fish. You know, they look like modified little guppies. And I used to have a bunch of those when I was a kid. I used to put them in different situations and breed them. You have to keep them away from their children, though. They want to eat everything. But, yeah, so it's a cool color. You might, kind of be looking at things in a different way or having a new perspective also. But, might be kind of going through a lot right now, too. Usually beta fish, they go through a lot. Basically, they're bottle fish, so they have to be isolated from other fish. Alright, so we have 5 songs on the playlist. I'm going to pick Elton John, I'm Still Standing, Sticking Out. So the rest of them will be listed down below if you want to take a look at them. The rest of the playlist. And, so your week as a whole is going to be the 6 of Wands. 6 of Wands is fear of the future, paranoia, uncertain victory or gain, long delay, disloyalty. So there might be a little bit of insecurity or anxiety or concern in your grounding or foundation right now. You kind of don't know whether you're coming or going. A little bit of apprehension there for whatever reason, but I feel like you might need to kind of sort things out and find out where you're at in order to have some grounding in your future and your present, so you kind of know where you're headed and where you want to be for the future. So something unexpected that will arise. We have the 2 of Wands in reverse. So great sadness as a monumental loss of faith, imprisonment to others' actions or reactions to what's going on. It could also be a surprise. So it could be on one scale, somebody's shocked at what's going on with you, and on the other side, somebody could be giving a surprise. That would probably help you out, but, it really matters on your situation at this current moment in time. It might happen where the gift is actually something that isn't a tangible item. It might be advice. So I want to mention that. It's not going to be a physical gift. It's going to be advice. It's going to be something that's going to be tangible later. Advice that's something to live by, a mantra that's going to help you get money. One of those magic tricks your mom taught you kind of things. So number 3, how to stay grounded and balanced. We have the 3 of Swords. The 3 of Swords is a mistake or loss, confusion, distraction, and anxiety, alienation. So you might feel a little bit of like a loner at this moment in time, like you have to carry the weight of several people also for some of you. But you feel like in solitude and alienation, you have a lot to prove, you have a lot to do, you have a lot to, live up to also. So there might be a moment of like self-reliance and growing into your own independent type of energy too. Alright, so number 4, important emotion you will feel this week. We have the Chariot. The Chariot in reverse is falling short of a goal, inability to cope with life, defend and regression, rebelling against nothing. So you might kind of be rebelling, but it's really just for yourself. It's very self-contained resolution, and getting stuff done. Okay, so you're really a rebel without a cause, except more on like the selfish level, if that makes sense. It's self-contained, it's family related, it could be just home related for you. It's like, I'm gonna go out, I'm gonna get food, water, and money for my situation. Like, I'm not dealing with anybody else, I don't care about anybody else. And that's just like the mentality that you have. You're almost like you have blinders on where you're just focused on one thing. Um, so, number 5. Something that will inspire you. We have 5 of Cups. The 5 of Cups, the hope for the future, a good companion, a reunion with an old friend, or, let's see, atone with a old rival. So you could be meeting up with somebody who's like a rival that kind of gets your creative juices going, your achievement, juices going. Also, it could be an old friend. Like there's somebody here that's motivating you to try harder, to go the distance, to exhaust all resources before quitting. Like that's the type of energy I'm feeling. And you're inspired by this energy. You're like, this person is always wanting up me, and for once in my life, I want to go all the way out and bring back everything that I can to prove that I am the best, that type of energy. So, yeah, you're taking the day on for sure, or the week on. So let's see, number 6. We have how your spirit guides will speak to you this week. We have the 3 of Cups. The 3 of Cups, burning out on pleasure, excess of recreation, and inability to find new divisions or a new source of decadence. Loss of respect, delay, introverted, or malicious exploitation. So somebody is throwing a monkey wrench into your plans. And this is going to be a humbling experience. Also, it's going to bring growth. I don't think too many people understand how humbling experiences work. They're there to humble you in order for you to be the best version of yourself and to grow as a person. You might leave behind a lot of different situations, people, relationships, in order to grow from the situation. So, as far as I'm concerned, it's cancel culture, but also it is a growing device in a lot of sequences. It could be the worst thing, it could be the best thing, it could be something in between that makes you want to go out and find yourself and find new avenues of justifying your actions and how you're living. It could also be a new job, so you never know. So number 7, how to best support yourself this week. We have the 8 of Swords. The 8 of Swords is censorship, bad news, temporary bondage. A person dominated by another person or by a situation, making one's own prison, sickening, conflict, or a sensitive disaster. Could also be severe for some of you. I feel I heard a voice say, "Oh, it might be severe too," but it's something that's restricting you. On the long haul, it's going to be a growing device for you, though. It's going to be you overcoming this and say, "Yeah, I did that," and don't we all? But you're kind of being down on yourself for somebody exposing you, trying to keep you down. And to be honest with you, a lot of the stuff that you go through, a million people have already gone through it and have lived to tell about it, or, grown from it. So just remember that. If somebody's like saying, "Oh, you did this and you did that," I'm like, are there any saints among us, But yeah, I feel like somebody's trying to put you on blast to make you have a bad reputation. And in cancel culture, they kind of do that. And, you know, it's just a bad look for everybody. You know, it's kind of putting your job, your image, your just lifestyle on blast, and then people hating you for that. You could apologize for that, you could do that. But you have to at some point say, you know, who among us is a saint? You know, it's modern life, and it's like you're damned if you do, damned if you don't. You know, it's a lot of give and take. It's a lot of, oh, you can't say that, you can't do that. You know, even on my channel, it's like I can't say gosh darn it, blah 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 blah. You know, but again, when the mood moves me, I will say those things. You know, I'm not a channel for children. And if I find a child on here, you know, it's going to be, you know, doomsdays or us. But anyway, um, yeah. You're going to have to come out with your own truth. You can't always apologize for being yourself. That's anti-climatic, and it's anti-progressive, and it's anti-revolutionary. You know, it's not anything that's going to allow you to grow as a person. It's going to allow you to be scared. It's going to allow you to kind of go back into your shell, but it's not going to allow you to grow as a person. If people are constantly on your back saying, "Oh, you can't do that, you can't do that, you can't do that," aren't you going to bite back? Like, you're having a well-trained dog, and you're trying to train him to walk a straight line, and he keeps kind of distracting by birds or by other dogs and stuff. He's not going to walk the straight line for long, you know, and then you could be pulling him back and stuff. And that's kind of how your situation's looking. Somebody's downing you for being alive, you know what I mean? But I feel like once you kind of take back your own life and you say, yeah, I do this, I do that, but what do you do all day? You know, you have to bite back, and you can do it comedically, you can do it funny, you can do it as kind of a reflection glance, because I know some Scorpios do that, where they're like, yeah, I do a lot of that, but what do you do? Do you sit on your prude demeanor and associate yourself with good people, like churchgoers? Anyway, but yeah, you have to kind of stand up for yourself a lot of times. You can't always fight people. You have to stand up for yourself, but also kind of push blame away from you, you know, and don't be a part of the situation. As far as I'm concerned, I feel like you might need some self-care days, and I wouldn't get in a fight over stuff that's very trivial, or like for people to get a reaction out of you, because again, Scorpios, you're kind of more reactive than the rest of us because of your sensitivity at certain items and things. If somebody takes away your career or money, you're going to get very defensive. So, I understand that. But, yeah, you can't, you can't say certain things, and risk that also. So you kind of, you know, are kind of restricted from a lot of things. Just play it safe. Play it kind of like a poker game, I would say. And keep all your good cards close to you, and keep all your bad cards on the table, okay? And make sure you use your bad cards to your advantage, okay? So then you can win with the good hand of cards later on, okay? Anyway, I will see you in the next reading. Hopefully this helped you out. It kind of gives you perspective. I feel like you're going to be tense, and you'll have a lot of anxiety, but I've been there myself, and you'll come out on the other side and feel relieved about it. But you have to help yourself, and then everything else kind of falls into place, okay? Anyway, Scorpio, I will see you in the next reading, alright? Bye now.